Hi, it's Tracy and happy Monday. Although truth be told, I'm here on a Friday. It's too beautiful today. I had to get out and pre-record for you. I had to put on my fiery red fall tie-dye yoga pants and enjoy the sun on my face. Could be one of the last nice days we have this fall. So happy Monday to you nonetheless. And let's see what we're going to talk about today. I have my word box here, and I'm going to offer an intention that what I choose serves the highest good of all involved today, and pick a card. So the word of the day is feel. And yoga has really exceeded my expectations in bringing me to opportunities to feel on a physical level, on an emotional, on a mental level, on a spiritual level. Yoga has really brought me into a practice of feeling that has challenged me many times and prompted me to grow. So I'm happy to share this word with you today, and I think I'm going to take this word into a yin asana. Now, much of our power practice is yang, it's engagement, it's standing warriors and fiery muscle building, muscle stretching experiences. Yin postures are going to take us into the fascia, the tendons and ligaments. They're going to target the joints, the spinal line, and they're going to be longer holds for us today. So I think that I will share with you a variation of half pigeon called Z pose, Z as in the letter Z. And I'm going to set that up by orienting myself towards the front of my yoga mat. I'm going to bring my right shin parallel to the front of my mat. Ooh. And with my back leg, I'm going to make the letter Z here with a bent back leg. A little bit different. You can see I'm rocked off to the side of the right hip. That's not how we usually set up a half pigeon. But this variation is intended to bring us out of that half pigeon rut. I'm offering it today to give you something physically different to feel in your half pigeon. And often that physical sensation is the trigger to the emotional work and maybe even the spiritual work, often the mental work that we do in a yin posture. So I'm going to parallel to the front, Z in the back, and roll forward and come down to my mat here. And if you weren't here with me, I would drop my head all the way down and soften through the shoulders. But since you're here, I'll just let you know a couple of my thoughts about feeling and the practice of feeling. I think feeling takes a lot of courage. More than just willingness, it takes a fearlessness and a courageous heart and soul to get to the truth of how you really feel, to feel what's really going on, even if it's physically, even if you come to your mat and you get a sensation and a thought of, oh wow, I'm really tired. It can be courageous for us to admit even those very simple things about ourselves. Mentally, to feel some sense of agitation and to say to yourself, I really feel overtired, like I haven't gotten enough sleep, or I feel more worried than I thought I did, or I feel more angry than I could have appreciated. Admitting those things and acknowledging that can be, can be very difficult. And that in and of itself can be quite a practice. So you're going to hold your Z pose for several minutes here, and maybe longer than I am now, but I'm going to sit up and roll to the other side so that at least I get a couple minutes on each side here. The left shin parallel to what is now the back of my mat, and my right leg in the letter Z. And then forward, the right front of the hip is going to drop just enough, and I'm going to come all the way down here for another moment or two on this side. I would say that if you're thinking physically about yin postures like this, you want to recognize that my shape looks like this due to my bone structure and the degree of practice I've had in my body lately. Even within my own self, it might look a little bit different on a different day. So if you're setting this up and you feel like you're not sure if you're right or not, feel it and see. In a yin posture, you should feel a broad-based sensation of healthy stress to the joint, to the fascia and connective tissue, and all those pieces and parts that make up that inner working of your hip. And if you feel anything sharp, you know, a single pointed sharp sensation that makes you really react and spring back, that's how you know you're in an unhealthy place. That's how you know you're working towards an injury rather than a healthy opening of your joint. And so be honest about that and feel for that too. Don't expect your shape to look like anyone else's, and allow yourself to modify, you know, bend the knee, adjust forward or back the knee in order to find a spot that feels like a productive asana for you. I'm getting a little cramp there, so I got to rock through that a little bit. One of the benefits of feeling, taking the time to do your inner work and finding the courage to be honest with yourself about what you feel, is that you have a better stance from which you can make decisions and choices. And even if it's an acknowledgement that you need to do more forgiveness work than you had appreciated before, you know, you're setting yourself up for a healthy step forward in some way. So I'm going to leave you with that word of the week. I'll remind you that the word boxes are available to you at tracyreinhardt.com, and you're welcome to join me next week to share another word. But for this week, many blessings and namaste.